Tonight, the action is coming to you from Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium on the campus of Baker High School. As one of the top programs in the area, the Mcgill Lady Jackets are rolling with a record of 9-1 and looking to handle some unfinished business from last year. Standing in their way are the Baker Lady Hornets under first-year head coach Tori Johnson. The Lady Hornets are young, and what they lack in experience, they make up with heart and determination. Who will get the win? We're about to find out in our season opener for the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Al Whedon, joined by the coach, Ronnie Arrow. Coach Arrow, last year, Mcgill went all the way to the Sweet 16. They have some unfinished business they're trying to settle this season.
Well, they do. First-year coach and Coach Johnson has done a really good job. She's coming from Fairhope High School. They were 20-5 last year and got beat in the regionals. So she's used to winning. She'll win at Baker.
And there's the tip-off right there. We are underway. We'll get you the starting lineup in a matter of moments. Shot goes up for the Lady Yellow Jackets, and it rims off. Baker with their first rebound of the ball game. As we said, they have an inexperienced group, only returning 2 starters from last year's team. But the action is flowing already. Right there, E.C. Harbaugh bringing it back up for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
We have twins on the team with Mcgill and Lindsey Cox and Lucy Cox. Both of them are great three-point shooters, so look for them to be putting up a lot of threes tonight.
As you said that, Lindsey Cox scores the first basket for the Yellow Jackets as they are on top 2-0, trying to feed the ball down low. Ripped away as Mcgill takes it up, but stolen right there by the Lady Hornets. Haley Lindsey bringing it across the timeline, trying to get the first points up for the Hornets.
Mcgill settling back in the 2-3 zone. Actually, they're cutting through now. They're in man-to-man.
Paris Richardson feeds it down low to Tia Byers. She drives up, puts up the shot, and makes it as the Lady Hornets are on the board, and we're notched at 2 to start it off.
Tell you what, both bunches are pushing the ball good down the court. It's going to be interesting to see because they're going to go, Mcgill's going to go 9 to 11 girls deep, where Baker probably only go about 7 or 8 deep.
Lady Yellow Jackets on the move, pushing it inside.
Both teams starting out man-to-man, high-low.
Nice high-low, down-low as the Yellow Jackets get it in. Scoring for them, Anna Ray McNeese averaging 12 points per game for the Mcgill-Tulane Lady Yellow Jackets.
And they're coming out in a diamond three-quarter press, not putting a whole lot, trapping out of it, just sort of bumping them.
And it pays off. They get the turnover right there. McGill's going to take over.
For Baker to be successful tonight, they're going to have to take care of the ball because Mcgill's going to come out with all kinds of pressure because they're going to wear them down or try and wear them down with the amount of kids that they're going to be playing.
Ball out of bounds is going to remain with Mcgill.
Yeah, turnover by Lindsey Cox. Cox sisters.
Yeah, the Cox twins on the court at the same time starting tonight for Mcgill.
So they're getting really good position. They're going to have to do something about that or McKenzie's going to get the ball every time down the court. They're going to have to either three-quarter or front where she can't get the ball. Right now they're trying to guard her from behind and she's just burying them underneath the goal.
Foul on the play right there committed by Baker.
Nice out-of-bounds play. There it is again.
Feeding it back into Lindsay. She kicks it back out. Lucy Cox with the shot, no good. Another foul against the Hornets. It's going to be on Madison Jones.
You know what,
That's
so far.
Be 2 on her right quick, Coach.
Yeah, so far it's been a really good game of getting up and down the court, but right now Mcgill is doing a better job of, they're showing those 4 starters that are back, really working the ball well and going inside.
Lucy Cox makes the first, checking in for Baker, number 24, Juliana McKinney, as Jones goes to the bench, picking up 2 early fouls as we're barely into the first quarter here between Mcgill and Baker.
Look, Lucy Cox, well, that's the first one she missed. She was 2-2 going into this, and she made one and missed one.
But they get a putback basket And they're still putting the pressure on them, Coach, with that defense. Baker gets it across the timeline. Paris Richardson feeds it inside, back out.
Nice shot.
And nailed by Haley Lindsay. Good bucket for the Lady Hornets.
Yeah, they really found her wide open. That time, Mcgill adjusted too much on the ball and backside was open. They found her. Nice play.
Score 7-5, McGill on top. There's a
There's
three
those
right
threes.
there.
There's those threes.
Anna Reed McNeese shoots 38% from three.
Well, McGill has got three girls, the twins and her, that are going to shoot anywhere from 38 to 42% from the threes.
Lindsay puts one up and caroms off. Harbaugh brings it across the timeline. Nice feed down low to McNeese as she puts it in. She averages 12 points per game, and Tori Johnson calls an early timeout.
I tell you what, Al, if the young kids were watching this, that was perfect breaking a full court press. They got the ball down the court in 2 passes for a layup.
Take a look at the replay right here. Harbaugh sends it across. They feed it in. Nice ball movement. As you say, Coach, no one really bounced it. It was all passing.
It was all passing.
You gotta love that. I know from your coaching experience.
Any time that you can fast break and get the ball down the court with no dribbles, more power to you. You've really seen the open man getting down the court. And to justify all that, good for the girls that are running down the court, and they were rewarded with a layup. I imagine Tori, Coach Johnson is telling them, just settle down. You know, this is a very experienced team. We're staying right there with them. We need to just execute, execute, execute.
Good shot of Coach Carla Beer right there. Yellow Jackets went to 7 Final Fours in a row. As we talked about in the Open, they lost in the Sweet 16 last year to Helena. She told me they're kind of on a road to redemption. I said, you mean you have some unfinished business, Coach? She said, yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
You know, Carla was a great player at McGill.
Right.
And she went from there to LSU and had a great career there and went to the NCAA tournament 3 times.
Baker gets it across the timeline. Putting it up. Haley Lindsay, it caroms off. Paris Richardson with the rebound.
McKinney is very active underneath.
And Richardson hits the 3 for the Lady Hornets.
These are 2 very well-coached teams. Now, just have to be able to find the open girls when they're down the court. And, you know, there's no shot clock, so you're able to see the whole court and just take your time. Nice break, back cut.
Easy basket right there for E.C. Harbaugh. I'm sorry, Lucy Cox will check that as she gets another basket for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Turnover on the play, Baker basketball.
Everything right now is going through the post. You know, even the college teams, it seems like the older players or the older coaches go inside out, the new coaches penetrate and pitch and shoot threes.
And speaking of shooting threes, Coach Bear was telling me on the line when I talked to her the other day, that's something she's kind of starting to embrace. She sent her girls to a 3 camp over the summer. She said, we're shooting a bit more of them, but, you know, we're not going to rely on it. Nice bucket down low by Samantha Burrow.
There it is, another. Those post girls are working really well together. That's the 3rd bucket that they've gotten with a high low.
Burrows checks in at 5'10". She's a senior, but she has a younger sister who's an 8th grader who's 6 feet. We may see her tonight as well during the ball game. Baker retains possession off of that loose ball.
Yeah, they said that they were going to try and get her as many minutes as they can in all the games because they see the future is there with her. An 8th grader.
8th grader.
Playing varsity ball, that's something.
And at 6 feet.
Yeah.
There's definitely a future.
Oh, very nice.
Pass interrupted by Haley Lindsay of the Hornets. She broke that up.
Got back with vision, was able to see the ball. For you young ones, when you're going down the court and getting back on defense, know where the ball is.
Checking in for the Lady Hornets, number 1, Abby Kilgore. Right at 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Hornets down 8 points to McGill.
Well, they've changed to a 2-1-2 now from their down in 3 quarters.
Kilgore almost passed it. She thought about it and gets it to Tia Byers as she uses her size to get down low on the post and score.
You know, both teams are doing a great job of getting the ball inside.
And Baker's hanging tough. Only down 6 right now to a, as we'll call it locally here in town, I'm going to say a blue blood here, the Mcgill Tulane Lady Yellow Jackets.
They've got some young girls in there playing. They've got some older kids. There's high-low wide open again.
Albany Dixon driving and shoots and scores.
Very nice.
She's a 5'10 sophomore for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
She comes to our classroom that we do skill development with, her and her brother, who's playing junior college ball now, Alistair Dixon. There she is again, good defense. Albany.
And a turnover. McGill pushing it up the floor.
Way to get back on defense by Baker.
They get it back to Lindsay Cox. Her twin, Lucy Cox, has been lighting it up so far tonight. Good ball movement.
Bam.
And there it is. Another right there. Right on cue. A 3 from Cox.
They're going to move that ball around. They got it going inside scoring. They're going outside scoring. And with the three-point shooters they got, they're going to have to close out hard on those three-point shooters.
Stolen by the Yellow Jackets. Cox's shot, her twin sister Lindsay scores it, and they extend the lead to 13 as we approach 70 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Like I said at the start out, they're going to have to take care of the pressure because McGill is changing defenses on them. Nice rebound.
We're going to have a foul down low on McGill.
Kenny should be going to the free throw line.
Looks like they're going to call it on Jade Dempsey as McGill, her first foul, team first foul. So it does place McKinney on the line.
Baker free throws.
And this is the first.
One. You know, even though it's 23-10, Baker seems like it's closer than that.
It does.
They can't let it get away.
That is the key. You know, you lose a turnover here, McGill scores. You lose a turnover there, McGill scores. Next thing you know, you're down 4, 5, 6 more points as McKinney misses both. But on a night like tonight, you're going to have to make them from the charity stripe. You know what? Put yourself in the game.
She's shooting 91% from the free throw line.
Look at there. Yep.
You just never know.
Trying to feed it in down low. Bailey Smith, and no one is home for the Yellow Jackets. Let's see if it went off. It must have went off a Lady Hornet because it's going to remain with McGill.
Yeah, it went off to a bias.
Down low, the Lady Jackets feeding it in to Burrow. She cannot connect. Let's see if Baker will hold this for the last shot. Down 13. They try to go down to Abby Kilgore, and they throw it away. That's a costly turnover right there. You give the ball back to the Lady Yellow Jackets. They could run it out and score here at the end.
And now they got running for point guard for McGill, Anna McCarron, the sophomore. Good young kids coming up. Both McGill has a very good program. They don't have a team, they have a program. They've got young kids coming up to feed them every year.
Over the top, no good for Dixon. 2 seconds, they have to heave it down court. And at the end of one, McGill's on top 23-10 in our season opener for the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Answers, mcpss.com. Whether it's attendance zones, school calendar, lunch menus, or registration information that you are looking for, you can find it right here, mcpss.com. You can also get the latest news and district-wide calendar information, and it's just a click away. So when you need to know, and you need to know right now, check us out, mcpss.com.
This is a program for any middle school student who's actually behind. This opportunity offers kids a chance to do 2 grades in 1 year.
If it wasn't for Star Academy, I would still be in 8th grade and probably still struggling.
We are one-on-one. We have small classrooms, and we're able to give students that personal touch, that personal attention.
I know I'm coming to see good teachers, good attitude, and also they're here to teach us what we need to learn.
At Mobile County Public Schools, we are learning today and leading tomorrow. And right now, Mcgill is leading 23-10 over Baker. Coach, in our season opener for the basketball season here, both of these teams have played some games, but it's our first time calling the action this season.
That's exactly right. Both teams, Mcgill being 9-1 and Baker being 1-7. So, you know, it's two teams at the end of a spectrum here that one has got experience and one doesn't have experience. Anna McCarron just penetrating and pitching.
Mcgill Tulane pretty much doing that same thing. They're going to call it a tie-up on the floor. The possession is going to remain with Mcgill.
Haley Lindsay did a really good job of stopping that drive to the hole with a jump ball.
Nice feed down low, but no good as the Lady Hornets get the rebound. Kilgore picked her dribble up a little too quick, Coach. Just crossed the timeline, but it's beneficial. Mcgill taps it, Baker gets it back, but look, it's back to the Yellow Jackets again.
And it started with a block shot by Albany Dixon.
All thrown away. We have a timeout on the floor. Since we have a timeout right here, it looks to be 30-second timeout. We'll take a look at our first quarter stats if we're able to get those up at this break right here. It looks like Tori Johnson has made a quick call, Coach, for a timeout, 30-second timeout.
They've been into this quarter for about 2 minutes now, and nobody scored. So the defense has picked up. I imagine a few of the girls are getting a little tired, so all that's going to start kicking in during the game. The advantage that Mcgill has, they're going to come at Baker with 10 or 11 girls, where Baker is going to be playing 8 or 9, or maybe not even that many, 7 or 8.
So I think that's smart. You get the end of the quarter break, call a quick timeout right here, kind of reassure them, calm them down, tell them, hey, we're not out of it. As you mentioned in the first quarter, you just don't want it to get away too early.
You can't get away. You can't. They're hanging in there. They've got to take care of the ball. They can't let these traps bother them. They're trapping at the wings, good ball movement down.
Kenny tried to shoot it, and she is fouled on the play. Looks like that call's going to go on Bailey Smith, her first foul, and the second team foul for Mcgill.
Got to make free throws.
You're right, she missed her first 2.
Oh my God.
That's 3 in a row.
She just missed the gym. She needs to settle down.
Have to be calm. They probably just need a few more of those Hornet hooligans in the stands across the way to kind of cheer on. That's what they're probably missing, Coach.
You know what? And she backboards it.
And she backboards it and makes it in.
Well, let me say this. She's only shooting 14%, 1 for 7 for the year. So she's not a great free throw shooter.
You see Harbaugh almost caught down there in the paint for 3, but she got rid of it. And we have a foul against Baker.
That's surprising that they called that a foul. I thought that was going to be a good defense on Baker's part.
Thinking they'll call that on Haley Lindsay.
The difference in this score right now, which is going to be 14 points, that out of their 24, 26 points, I guarantee you 16 of them are inside high-lows like that.
Easy steal right there for the Yellow Jackets. That pass was floated at the line and draining it for the Yellow Jackets.
McKenzie, I think that was McKenzie that
looked like McNeese, Anna Reed McNeese, hit it right from the charity stripe. And that's an example of the easy bucket.
Yeah.
Nice dribble and drive by Lindsay, but she couldn't finish it.
Nice save.
And McKinney picks it up off the floor, off the back of the glass to bank it in.
Give credit to Haley Lindsay. She's the one that went out of bounds to get that ball and kick it back into it to score.
Lead is still 14 for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
I tell you what, you better get on all of those girls, because if they get that gleam in their eye, they're going to jack a 3. And guess what? They can shoot 3s.
They can. Turnover goes to Baker.
Carla told me today that her girls have the green light. If they feel like that they can make a three, because they work on them every day in practice. You young players, that's what you've got to do. You want to shoot threes, you don't want to just shoot threes, you want to make threes. Practice them every day.
Myers tries to work out that double team, and she is fouled on the play. Lindsey Cox with the foul, picks up her first. Third team foul for Mcgill.
Coach Berry down there, I love watching her on the sidelines. And she's a little bit old school now, but I guarantee you one thing, her heart is into it for these girls. And if your daughter goes there to a lot of these schools, they're going to come out a basketball player. There's high-low again and
down
out.
low, they kick
Very
it back
nice.
out. Harbaugh shoots it, and she's going to get 3 shots at the line as Jesslyn Kellen picks up her first foul.
That's a cardinal sin. Cardinal sin. Free throw shooting has been real good on either team tonight. To win close games, you got to make free throws, especially late in the game.
Have to. One more shot coming up here for
I've got a ponytail. I've got a ponytail in the way of the number.
Is it at the line or something?
Yeah.
Yes. So she hits 1 out of 3.
Yeah. Kellum is also, she's only shooting 50% from the free throw line. She's 8 out of 16, so that's about par right now for her.
Loose ball on the floor. They're going to call tie up. I believe it should be Baker's ball on possession. And it is.
15-point difference, 28 to 13, with 4 minutes to go till half.
Gill continuing to apply the pressure. They get it into Harris Richardson. And look at that double team, and Cox just steals it right out of her hand.
Yeah, Richardson, the one thing you don't want to do, especially if a team is trapping you can't dribble and pick the ball up. You got to get away from it, you got to retreat, you got to do or pass the ball, but you cannot dribble and pick the ball up. Nice backboard. Nice rebound.
Bracket is off. Richardson bringing it up. And she comes across the timeline. Approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. Another steal by the Lady Yellow Jackets. Nice way to duck out the way for Harbaugh as she scores.
I love to see when you play good defense, you're rewarded at the other end with the easy bucket. Nice spin move.
Nice spin move.
Very nice.
And count the basket for Lindsey Cox. And she is fouled on the play. Haley Lindsey picks up her second foul.
Spin move it. If I'm not wrong, I think she laid it up with her left hand.
I believe she did. And she makes the free throw.
Right now, again, it's a 20-point lead right now. If they just got to take care of it. She dribbled too far in and boom, right to the trap.
Tie up again on the floor, so the possession should go to Mcgill. Coach, if I think about it, it was only a 13 or 14-point lead to go in real time, maybe 5 minutes, but now it has expanded to a 20-point lead just that quick.
And there was 4 turnovers in between all that. So turnovers are bad. That's the quickest way when I was coaching to get to the bench is to turn the ball over, especially if you do it a couple of times.
That's how you earn your pine time.
Pine time.
Down low, they go to Burrows. She steps back out.
Oh.
It didn't
And
fall
another
for her,
rebound.
but a great rebound and a putback by the Lady Yellow Jackets. Madison Coleman with that putback gets her first points of the ball game. That was almost a double dribble right there.
It was.
By
Right place at the right time. Here comes 3 new girls in.
Juliana McKinney drives in, cannot score. As we approach 3 minutes left here in the first half. Mcgill pretty much in control of this ball game. Baker had opportunities to kind of stay in it close, but you hit it right on the head, Coach. The turnovers are the killer.
Yeah, and actually, Baker just got through doing the same thing, trapping the ball in the corner, and it almost caused Mcgill to turn the ball over.
Lucy Cox going to inbound here for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Anna McCarron with the ball. She does a very good job of running the team. Just a sophomore.
Mcgill just passing, moving, taking their time, looking for that high percentage shot, looking to go down low as well. Little crossover right there from McCarron,
Nice
and
pass.
she does feed it down low. They kick it back out once again. No basket foul on the floor. I believe that's going to be on Madison Jones. That should be 3 on her, coach. She's going to head back to the bench.
And that's just another semi-dagger because she was doing a good job.
Right. She's 5'10", kind of plays forward center for them. They need her on the floor.
Right now, there's no pressure on the ball. She can just look around and pass the ball wherever she wants to.
Field goal breaks through, I'm sorry. Mia Nora broke through the screen, but pass is errant. Stays with Mcgill at 2:18 remaining here in the first half. Al Wheaton, Coach Ronnie Arrow. The action coming to you from Daniel Bumpers Gymnasium on the campus of Baker High School. We are live inside of the MCPSS Sports Central, broadcasting the game, and a nice turnaround jumper right there.
Samantha
Ladies Yellow Jackets.
Burrows, I tell you what, boy, she has a soft touch, and she gets position inside for, she had a shooter's touch. It banged around about 3 times while it went in.
It paid off right there as you saw it.
Here it is again, pressure.
Almost a turnover, but a foul committed on the play.
I'm going to tell you what, there's some very good young players coming up in this town. If you like high school basketball, you need to get out and watch them. As you'll see in this second game, I don't know if it's ever happened before, but right now we have the #1 scorer in the nation, not in Alabama, but in the nation,
period.
in the Barron Phylum.
He's coming up next. There's a shot at David Armstrong, the head coach.
He was
The
relaxing
Baker
up
Hornets,
there.
walking down the stairs right there. Probably wanted to make sure all the fans coming out tonight are well taken care of. They've got the drinks and popcorn and concessions. In the lane right there with the shot. Madison Coleman does not drop. Approaching 1 minute.
You know, the thing about it is they are getting the ball inside. And very nice shot.
Nice 3 by Nia Nord to Baker. But Mcgill still in control, 37-16 as we approach halftime. Under 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Ball goes out of bounds, so Baker gets it back. Maybe they can kind of inch closer here, Coach.
Yeah, if they can make a little bit of a run here and get a little respectable before halftime.
Take a look at this 3 right here by Nia Nora. Glasses and all, and she drains it.
Very nice.
He feed it down low to Tia Byers, and she's fouled.
They need to go more inside to Tia Byers. When she gets it in there, she is able to do some things. And she does a good job of passing it out also.
Another 3 by Nord, rims out. Let's see if McGill's going to play for the last shot right here.
26 seconds to go. They're showing discipline. Carter must have said 1 shot.
A foul on the play committed by Madison Coleman of McGill.
That was off the ball.
So it goes over to Baker, see if they'll get the last shot to go in
12 seconds.
for the Lady Hornets. They're all on Nia Nord right now. She gets it back over to Jesslyn Kellum. Kellum looking for help, tries to feed it in. And Carla Berry and the Lady Yellow Jackets are going to take it to the locker room with a 37-16 first half lead. Coach, quick thoughts about the first half.
Quick shot. There's 2 things.
We'll be back with that. We're going to take a break. and come back and give you a little halftime action. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Mobile County Public Schools, the place that has it all. We have 90 schools that include rural, urban, and suburban schools of various sizes. We are also home to Alabama's first public school. We welcome you to come join our winning team. Our district is led by the 2020 Superintendent of the Year, Mr. Kressel D. Threadgill. Our teachers are leaders in their profession who are afforded numerous professional development opportunities. Our principals are collaborators and encouragers. Our schools are leading in innovation and instruction. And most importantly, our students who are learning today, leading tomorrow, are simply the best. If you want to live in a historically rich city near beautiful beaches with superb Southern hospitality, we invite you to come teach with the best. Team MCPSS.
There's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
We welcome you back to the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Al Wheaton, Coach Ronnie Arrow, as we are live in the MCPSS Sports Central location. All the action taking place right there at Daniel Bumpers Gymnasium. Coach, thoughts about the first half?
Well, what we talked about at the beginning of the game, number one, we knew that Mcgill was going to come at Baker with a lot more horses.
Right.
They're playing 10 or 11 girls, and I think Baker's playing like 6 or 7 or 8 girls. So they're wearing down a little bit. They were doing a good job of taking care of the ball. Mcgill was running a diamond three-quarter trap, and then they went back to a 2-1-2 trap, and the girls from Baker was just sort of dribbling into the trap, and they were getting in trouble. They cannot turn the ball over. If you look at the stats, you're going to see probably somewhere between 14 and 18 turnovers. Entirely too much. Any time you turn the ball over, it takes away from scoring. And that's right now, the ability to score is one of the things that Baker has to do. On the other side, you have Mobile, Mcgill, that are actually getting the ball inside, and they're killing them inside.
They are. They're working it inside outside game.
If it was me, I would put our post girls in front and make them lob over us and help from the backside. But that's just me. And I'm sure Coach Johnson is having some words, but you can't. They're burying them underneath. They're getting, once they go high-low, they're getting 1-foot shot.
Let's take a look at the stats here from the first half. As a matter of fact, we'll get them put up. As the score right there is 37-16. The indicators, free throws, 1 for 4 for Baker, 3 for 6 for Mcgill. And 3-pointers, Baker edges them out, 3-2. But rebounding, we saw a lot of that going on for Mcgill with 7 rebounds, but we don't have the turnover. But I'm with you, Coach. We pretty much know that unfortunately Baker lost that turnover battle. I'm sorry, they won that turnover battle.
You know, you look at the score and you see how unbalanced it is, but if you just take the turnovers away, the stats right there show that it's pretty even.
Pretty even. Field goals, 5 for 13 for Baker, but 16 for 25 for Mcgill, too. And we talked about it, that inside, outside, as they worked it down to Burrows. Early on, Lucy Cox was kind of leading the show, but they brought Burrows in, they brought Bailey Smith in, and then Anna Reed McNee started to go off for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. They started getting some offensive rebounds also and putting back, which added to, if you look at where they are scoring from, and if you mark down where the girls were, it's like 4 or 5 feet from the hole.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they have hit
very
some
high
threes,
percentage.
very high. And mark that to good coaching. Carla does a great job of pinning inside,
right,
and the guards getting it in there. It doesn't matter, you can pin all day. If the guards don't throw it in there,
that's true,
they ain't gonna pin too much longer.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll come back. Before we get ready for the second half, we'll ask Coach Arrow, what does he think needs to take place for Baker to get back into this ball game and for Mcgill to remain on top? Don't move. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ayla, hi.
Oh, hi, Sierra. How are you?
Good. How are things?
Things couldn't be better.
What do you mean?
Well, I just started this new job as a school teacher with the Mobile County Public Schools, and it has been a life changer. Great benefits, the hours are great, and great students. Just overall, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. Yeah. I'm going to look into that.
You should.
For more information, visit mcpss.com/job opportunities.
It was just like an extension of home.
Bishop give you the outlet to give you a career, a successful career.
We're doing some great things at Bishop State. Keep an eye on us.
If you're looking for fun, fashionable, and affordable jewelry, it's here. It's Paparazzi. We have a variety of colors and styles of bracelets, rings, necklaces, and earrings for all occasions and for every event. New styles are added daily, which means you are always up to date with the latest fashion. For that genuine bling, join me, Charmaine Watson, the real jewelry lady, on Facebook Live Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. It's cute, it's fun, it's fashion, it's $5, it's Paparazzi.
A teacher is one of the biggest investors in a community.
They impact the lives of those we value the most.
Teachers share knowledge which helps shape and mold our future leaders.
Teachers show direction and help build a sense of purpose.
Are you ready to make a change? For more information on teaching opportunities, teacher incentives, or to apply with the Mobile County Public Schools, log on to www.mcpss.com.
My name is Harshini. I'm a junior at Davidson High School, and after graduation, I plan on pursuing a career in dermatology. Currently, I'm taking science classes such as AP Chemistry, Biology, and Human Anatomy, which will help me pursue my career. I feel as though Mobile County is preparing me for my career choice in that they provide rigorous classes that help me think further beyond just what I'm learning. I'm Harshini Cannon, a junior at Davidson High School, and I'm learning today so I can be a leader tomorrow.
If you look at the numbers, Mobile County Public Schools is making great strides. With more than 53,000 students, 7,000 employees, and 90 schools, we are consistently increasing our four-year graduation rate and our first-class pre-K program. We continue to strive for national recognition and continue to prepare our students for the global workforce. And we do all of this with one goal in mind, to equip and empower college and career-ready graduates. Mobile County Public Schools. We're learning today, leading tomorrow.
Welcome to LaFleur High School, where we are committed to graduating students that are college and career ready. We look forward to seeing you for a campus visit soon.
We welcome you back to the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Al Wheaton, Coach Raniero. Coach, as we get ready to go into the third quarter, what does Baker need to do to try to get back into this ball game?
Well, the number one thing, they need to move the ball faster than what they're doing. They're holding the ball too long. They're allowing the different guards from Mcgill to trap them. When they get trapped, they're either getting deflections or they're getting steals and going down and scoring. They must move the ball and not get trapped. Yeah. Penetrate and pitch, but don't stand, take 2 dribbles and pick the ball up. If you're a young player and you're seeing that, don't do it. Retreat, get away, do something, pass the ball and cut. Pass and cut. Do not allow them to trap you.
Now, I know we rarely ask you this. McGill's up 21 points. What do they do? What do they not need to do to lose this game?
Well, I tell you what they are going to do, and if they don't, they probably won't be in the game, is keep going high-low.
Okay.
Just killing them inside, but they're getting good ball movement. They're making threes when they can, but the biggest thing, their inside game is killing Baker.
It is. Shot right there, Lady Hornets, and there's a shot right there of the McGill-Tulane Lady Yellow Jackets on top, 37-16 right now.
When they get the ball inside to Burroughs and McNeese on high lows and stuff, you can mark it up as being 2 points. And they are well tutored in doing that.
Second half about to start right here at Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium. Baker's going to inbound this ball as they have Kellum, Richardson, also Byers on the floor to start off here in the
start off with a turnover.
Second half, and start off with the turnover. Very good observation there, Coach.
They started, she did drive, but she got too close to pitch the ball. Now Baker's man-to-man.
Lindsey Cox gets it over to Anna Reed McNeese, and she banks it home.
Yeah. Good ball movement.
As you can see, Coach Carla Berry kind of shouting like, yeah. Starting off the second half where they picked up, where they left off in the second quarter. Quick steal.
Nice spin.
Nice spin
move and an offensive rebound from McGill.
That's a 3, and it is drained by the Lady Yellow Jackets. Lindsey Cox, she shoots 42% from 3.
The Cox Bombers. See how far she brought it up. Very nice, getting it inside, backside, and shot. So she should have taken the shot outside.
Tia Byers with the rebound, gets another rebound, but it finally gets home.
That time it was good they didn't call a foul.
Right.
The second effort and third effort got her 2 bucks.
A lot of determination right there showed by Byers.
Tell you what, I really like the way there's high-low again, and I guarantee you, they talked about high-low, Baker did, and they're not. I hope that they're not going to allow just boom, boom inside. That time she was 3/4 and knocked the ball away. You either got a front or you got a 3/4, one of the two, or they're going to get killed inside again this half.
McGill has to decide who they want to inbound the ball. It's Lucy Cox right down low as she gets it into Anna Reed McNeese.
She's having a field day inside also. A senior, so she needs to have a big year forward.
Lindsay loses it. Nice steal.
Again.
Easy bucket for Lindsay Cox.
Defense leading to offense. I love it.
And she is fouled on the play. Count the basket. I'm going to call that one on Paris Richardson.
And believe me, when I say that they can't turn the ball over, they don't need to be turning the ball over. The girls don't want to turn the ball over. It's
right.
Just something that they have to respond to. And I guarantee you they'll be working on it in practice for not dribbling in 2 traps, passing that ball before they have a chance to trap it.
Check that foul. It was called on Haley Lindsay, her second, as Cox makes the free throw.
A 78% free throw shooter. Tell you what, the Cox's parents must be really proud of having 2 girls playing varsity ball at a very good team.
Traveling called on Byers, or as we call it old school, up and down. And she went up with no shot attempted. Turnover. Easy turnover for the Yellow Jackets as they bring it across the timeline. Here's a 3. And it is way off by Lucy Cox.
Missed the gym on that one.
As you said, Coach,
missed the gymnasium.
Rebounded by Byers. He wanted to feed it down to her. She tries to bounce pass to McKinney, and they finally capture it, but they're still working it, trying to get a shot. Richardson's forced to the corner. Not a good place to be as their shot is blocked. And look who's coming up the court. Lindsey Cox pushing it.
Mcgill, they were swarming on defense. They had good backside rotation when the girl drove and came over to help stop penetration. Then they had back rotation when they tried the ball, and Mcgill picked it off. Let's see if they can get some more ball movement.
Go back to Byers down low. And her shot.
Good execution. Good execution.
Fouled on the play. McNeese picks up her first foul of the ball game. It's going to send Byers to the line, shooting for the Lady Hornets. She's 43.8% from the line and misses the first one.
Yeah, going into the game, she was 7 for 16 for, like you said, 43.
Trying to get in and misses the second. Kind of bounces around like a pinball right there.
When they do work a good shot and get a good shot and get fouled, you got to make the free throws.
Working it back over to Cox.
Yeah, they're always looking inside. Good ball movement. Look inside, pass, cut. Very good defense.
Ball knocked away by Tia Byers. Going to remain with Mcgill. You can see him trying to work it down low to Burrows, but McKinney with some good defense fronting her to kind of keep it away.
When Mcgill catches it, their first deal, they're looking inside. Second
nice screen right
just
there.
To the drive.
And it pays off as McNeese hits the bucket. She set the screen. They went right back to her, and she drained it.
She is. She's averaging 12 points a game, and she's definitely going to have that tonight.
Over to McKinney, back to Byers. They tried to. It wasn't a crisp pass. You got it. If you're gonna go in low, you got to go in with authority. Make sure you pass it. Turn over to Mcgill. The Lady Yellow Jackets all in control right now, 49-18. Over Baker. Coach Berry up off the bench. He's not happy with something. They kick it out to Lindsey Cox. She drives, penetrates. Lays it off.
It surprised me she missed that. She got all the way to the hole. But look at her running to get back on defense.
That's right.
Good for her. All you young players, see, if you mess up, then don't compound it by standing around. Get back down, get a steal, get a deflection, play defense.
Full timeout call by Coach Tori Johnson of the Lady Hornets, says she wants to talk to them. Down 49-18. Your eyes are not deceiving you, Coach Arrow. That is our score right now.
That is our score. And, you know, again, I know Coach Johnson, she's used to winning. When she was at Fairhope, she had a great program there. When I say a program, some places have teams each year. They don't have anybody replacing the ones that are graduating. When you have a program, you have young kids coming up to replace what you might graduate. And at Fairhope, she had that. Again, last year, got beat in the regionals, was 20-5, and just a good coach. She's going to have some growing pains.
Yeah, she'll have some challenges here, but you know, it's her first year trying to get the girls together, you know.
And only have 2 girls back from last
right.
year's team that their record last year was not of the best either.
Well, it's a challenge as she started the year off. She told me 4 of the girls from last year's team, they've departed to other schools. So the cupboards were somewhat bare. She's had to pull up some of the kids from freshman and JV to actually fill out a squad. So it's going to be a challenge for Coach Johnson, but I think she's up to it. She's been coaching about 21 years. So this is nothing new to her.
She's no rookie. She knows what it's all about, what she's got to do to where it doesn't keep happening anymore.
Pressure from the Yellow Jackets. They get the steal.
Nice play.
Trying to get the payoff with the point. That's a 3 right there from Cox as she drains it. That's Lindsey Cox, the other Cox twin. And pretty much, as you said, it's the Cox show tonight.
You know, what started that was Hannah McCarron had a fast break, and she didn't have it, and she passed out so they could get it. Here she is again, finding the open person.
Back to Lindsey Cox again, back-to-back buckets for the Lady Yellow Jackets as they extend their lead.
I don't know the stat for this, but probably 60-65% of the points that Mcgill is getting is because of off their defense.
I'd agree with that. tip, and we have a foul being called against Mcgill. Looks like Albany Dixon's picked up a third.
Tell you what, Albany and Anna McCarran have been to our classroom that we do skill development with, and they're nice, sound players, young players.
Richardson's shot, Karen's out, no good. As McCarran brings it across the timeline.
You see the difference, there's no pressure on the ball, like what McGill's doing to Baker. Baker's not giving back, and a lot of that has to do with they've been out there, some of those girls have been out there a long time, and they're getting a little tired.
They are. We talked about it right now. Baker has only 8 players. Take a look at our officials tonight, Daryl Jordan and the rest of the crew. Only 8 players on the bench because they have one player out with ACL. So that would give them 9. So, the rotation is pretty short on the bench right there for Coach Johnson. There's only so many folks she can go to the well with.
Yeah, and when she looks down there, there's not but 2 girls with experience from last year.
There's
She's playing
3, 4 freshmen on the Baker team.
That's what I was just going to say. When you go with, 1, maybe 2 freshmen, when you go with 4 freshmen, you're building for the future.
Turnover there by Mcgill, goes back to Baker. Approaching 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
I can take this right now. Carla will not run any score up on purpose. She's a competitor, but she also respects other coaches and other programs.
Steal right there by McCarran.
And that's she's had 2 deflections that led to other ones getting points, and that time she stole the ball, went in for a layup herself.
Easy work right there from McCarran and the Lady Yellow Jackets.
And hold the ball, get it penetrate. There we go.
Lindsay with the shot. Nothing but air right there, so it's going to go over to Mcgill.
She's one that hopefully she's a junior, going to get good experience this year.
Right.
Give Coach Johnson a good team and some good kids coming back for next year.
Down low, in and out. That 3 no good from McCarran. But she was fouled on the play.
What makes it so good when the ball goes inside, they've got girls that can score inside, but they're not selfish. That time it went in to Albany, and she passed it back out for that 3.
Mia Nord picks up her first foul of the ball game. The inbounded to McCarran.
Very nice.
He goes
Get
down
up
low.
there.
The Lady Hornets collapse, and they call a tie-up on the floor. It's McGill's basketball, so Lady Hornets still showing some defense and determination here.
I think Anna McCarran, on that one, she had the shot. She should have taken the 3.
Quick bucket put in by Mcgill.
That was by Albany Dixon. Very nice out-of-bounds play drawn up.
Down to McKinney, and she's brought down to the floor. I believe with Madison Coleman.
They're just right there. The good ball movement, and then one girl will hold it too long. If she'd have gone back out, it would have been an open shot.
Here's the replay right here.
See, pass. Now get it out of there again. See, they wait too long. You can't bet. You can't just hold the ball when you're getting trapped.
Working it outside. Shot. Banks it in. Haley Lindsay with the 3.
She's shooting 41% from the floor, 9 for 22.
Under 45 seconds here, a foul on the play. Lindsay picks up her 3rd. 3 team fouls for Baker.
That's what you like to see on a team. All the girls on the bench have played, and you've got new ones out there playing. That brings the spirit up for everybody.
Missed shot by Mcgill. 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And I agree, that was a charge right there. Lindsay's going to pick up her 4th offensive foul against her.
Did a little Euro step inside there. I didn't know if it was going to be called a charge or not.
But I think she applied the ABS brakes too late, Coach. kind of out of control, unfortunate for the young lady.
I wish they would have a rerun of this. That was perfect to drive and pin inside by Dixon and high-low again.
That's 4 on Albany, according to my books.
Well, being up 58-21, she needs to just stay in there and battle through it. If she fouls, she fouls. Just play hard.
Kellum over the kill board, back to Kellum, back to kill board.
Look how active their zone is.
That defense is quite active.
Yeah, it's very active.
Easy
Hands up.
turnover right there.
Hands up on the ball, putting pressure on the ball.
Shot rims out right at the buzzer from Anna McCarron. The lead is 58-21 after 3. Mcgill all in control in this ball game. Welcome you back to the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Here are the statistics through 3 quarters. Coach, what are your observations there?
Well, first of all, McGill's getting twice as many shots, and that's because of the turnovers. The three-point shooting, Baker is actually shooting 4 out of 5, and McGill 3 out of 7. So they're hanging with 3 points. But again, it's the turnovers, and I give credit to McGill. Their defense is exceptional.
It really is.
Whether they're in man or whether they're in zone. But, you know, when you're this far up, they can be out pressure and prayer. They're falling back in the 2-3 zone. Like I said, Carter's not going to try and run the score up on anybody. Nice ball movement.
The Byers right at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Cha-cha slides. You got to get rid of that thing. Put it called 3 seconds or something on it. Shot caroms off by Nia Nora, but there's the rebound. Oh, it gets away from Byers, but she gathers it back. I thought they would have called a double dribble. Maybe she hadn't gained complete control, but a foul being called against McGill. That's their 3rd team foul. I believe that may have been against Lindsay Cox. That'd be 2 on her.
Yeah, McKinney wasn't bashful at getting that three-pointer up there.
No, she was not.
Jacked that one from the hip.
Traveling against Baker. Another turnover, Coach.
That's a stat that I'm sort of glad is not up there.
That's something they're going to have to work on. I'm sure Coach Johnson will be teaching some fundamentals and some things to work better during the ball games here, but turnovers are a killer.
It really is, and again, Albany just turned down another shot. She hesitated, and put the ball on the floor.
Rebound by Byers. No, they're going to call it possession on the floor, but the arrow goes to Baker, so it'll be their ball after the possession arrow.
58-21 with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Something you shared, Coach, on that last break. Crowd starting to filter in for the LeBaron Fallon show coming up next. The nation's leading scorer at 42.3 points a game. You can kind of see those Hornet hooligans starting to fill in on the far side over there.
And we can't see this side, but that other side is filling up nicely.
Right.
As well it should be. These are 2 rival schools in McGill and Baker. And when you have the #1 scorer in the nation, he's averaging 43 points a game. And the second one in the nation is 36 points a game.
Well, he's way out far in the lead
he's
right there.
And he has the green light, but I tell you what, he's unselfish. He rebounds, He takes good percentage shots. It's not like he comes down and just takes bad shots and gonna get his.
So we'll be seeing that game up next with the boys in action, Mcgill versus Baker. And the Lady Yellow Jackets just taking their time, as you said, Coach, pretty much passing around, trying to get the most high percentage shot. Coach Berry not trying to run up the score or anything. They are clearly in control and have been in control all night.
Right. Well, a game like this, you want to get everybody in. You don't want to get anybody hurt. You definitely don't want your starters in late in the game with being up this much. So give your young kids a chance to play. You got Dixon out there that's a sophomore. You got McCarron out there that's a sophomore getting valuable minutes.
Nice move right there, down low by Dempsey. So, Coach, in other words, you're saying this is one of those ball games that'll keep all the parents happy because all the kids down on the bench are going to get in tonight. Is that what you're saying, Coach Arrow?
Let's just say the coaches won't be getting any calls tonight from any of the parents.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Timeout called, 30-second timeout, I believe, attributed to Baker. So we're going to have a quick timeout to talk about things right now. Down 27 points, 60-23 is our score. Al Whedon, Coach Ronnie Arrow. We're live inside of the MCPSS Sports Central, bringing you the coverage from Daniel Bumper's Gymnasium, our first basketball contest of the season, working out pretty good so far. We're here in the Sports Central, and they're there on the court.
And they're there. And I was just going to say, Coach Johnson, what do you say when you're this far behind and you have a timeout? You've got about half of a quarter left. You just say, look, just play hard. You know, just take care of the ball and play hard. And let's just say we got better tonight, late in the game. Do not turn the ball over, and let's finish this game out.
If you're down in a situation like this, are you looking to, I want to get to a certain number? Do I want to get, from at 23, do I want to get to 35? You don't want to get to 40?
You will know. You just want your kids playing hard and doing the best that they can and get back and play defense till the very end.
Tie up on the floor. Looks like he's going to go over to Mcgill.
If you're a young team watching this game, watch and see the pressure that Mcgill is given in any of the defenses that they started out three-quarter trapping, then they went 2-1-2, half-court zone, then they went man. But no matter what they're in, there's pressure being applied.
Okay. Turnover. They are going to call a foul.
I'll say one thing, the officials have still got it under control. They're not just letting it, dribble on out the time. They're calling the game.
17 foul against Mcgill. More fouls committed so far in the second half on the 1-and-1.
That's the second time tonight. Baker's banked her free throw.
Banked it in.
That might be a new theory.
Nia Nord makes the first.
As long as it goes in.
As long as it goes in, Coach.
Right.
I mean, they have the square up there for a reason, but as long as it goes in. Second caroms off.
Nice rebound by Albany. There's two sophomores right there that are going to be very good.
Albany 5'10" sophomore for the Lady Jackets. Nice feed down low. Kind of put that elbow into Nord, as you saw. And Madison Coleman.
and Miss Dixon is about 6'1", 6'2".
Right.
So Albany's got room. She's going to be growing some more. Again, a program. There is a program at Mcgill. They have young kids that will be replacing the seniors every year.
And this is the first. Well, the second opportunity at the line tonight. I'm sorry, in the second half here for Mcgill. So far, 1 for 2 from the line here. Misses both of them. And they get the rebound and put it back, so they get two the hard way, basically.
Albany was in the right place at the right time.
Crowd still starting to fill in for the boys game coming up next. Ladies continuing to play hard and leave it out. And that is banked in by Nia Nord. Once again, she banked one in earlier in the first half. So
that's what it's up there for, the backboard to bank it. tell you what, Anna McCarron, she may not score, but she is so heady on knowing what to do with the ball, when to come off pitch, when to set up somebody for a shot. She's going to be an outstanding point guard throughout her career.
Another turnover goes back to McGill as we are approaching 90 seconds here remaining in the ball game. Complete control and domination by the Lady Jackets. Something you could say we somewhat expected as we came into this ball game, because we, as you said, Coach, it's a program. It's not just a team. This is a program.
It's a program. And Coach Johnson, in the future, she'll have Baker back. She's not used to seeing this score.
Right.
She'll bring her winning ways to Baker. I might also say, you know, just ball players. 13 of the players at McGill, those JV and varsity, have a 3.0, and 9 of them have a 3.5.
Wow, that's huge. That is huge.
I don't know if they would accept me. I didn't have that high of a GPA. I couldn't play over there.
Traveling call on the play is Coach Arrow critiquing his educational recruitments.
Is that sort of like academic abilities?
Yeah. 30 seconds remaining here in the ball game as McGill's going to get this win tonight and improve to 10-1, opening up the action for us for the MCPSS basketball season. Tonight we're live at Daniel Bumpers Gymnasium. Coach Arrow and myself here at the MCPSS Sports Central, a new look this season. So we're enjoying the action and taking it in as well, as Anna McCarron just going to dribble this one down, Coach, for McGill to get the win tonight.
And that's a sign of a good point. She could have got it and drove in, tried to score again, but she's very smart, and she's going to be a fantastic point guard.
No need at all. So McGill gets the win 64-27, as the young ladies will go and show a good sign of sportsmanship and shake the hands and give the high five. Good shot right there of Coach Tori Johnson and Baker and her Baker Hornets.
I guarantee you she's thinking right now what she has to do to get this program going. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be, but this team will be better at the end of the year, and she'll get those young girls that she has coming up and make a program there like she did at Fairhope.
McGill gets the win 64-27. Don't know if we're going to be have an opportunity to get the final statistics up before we depart. So we'll get them up right now before we break off from this ball game and take a break and then give you the boys game. Here are the final stats right there, Coach. Look at the field goals, 31 of 40 from McGill tonight.
Yeah, they shot, what, 22? Yeah, they shot almost double amount of shots from the field. And then, you know, both of them 3 for 7, 5 for 6 from the threes, 4 for 7, 2 for 8 from the free throw line for Baker, which isn't good. And then the rebounds, is that right?
I think that may be incorrect, 114, it may be 11,
We
but
missed
also on the free throws, I have McGill at 6 for 9 tonight from the free throw line as well. But it was a complete domination, complete ball game for McGill tonight, 64-27 as they improved to 10-1. That's going to wrap it up for our first ball game for tonight as McGill gets the win. Coming up, the boys are going to be in action. We're going to take a little slight break as they get ready and warm up, but we'll join you momentarily. Don't go far away. Up next, we have the nation's leading scorer, LeBaron Philon, and the Baker Hornets hosting McGill Tulane Yellow Jackets. Don't move, more action headed your way.